Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol and welcome to the headquarters of Porsche UK. I'm here at Porsche Reading to pick up the keys to a very, very special 911. Let's head on inside, pick up the keys. And then today of all days, I didn't want it to rain, but sadly, it is raining. Wish me luck.
My car for the next couple of hours wears the iconic 911 GB number plate and is presented in the most stunning Miami blue paintwork. The 911 GT2 RS sits very much at the top of the 911 family tree. This track-focused masterpiece comes with quite a reputation. It's powered by a 3.8 litre flat-six twin-turbocharged engine producing 700 horsepower and 750 Nm of torque. This is coupled to arguably the best twin-clutch gearbox there is, the 7-speed PDK. All this tears up the tarmac through rear-wheel drive and 21-inch wheels shod with 325 30 ZR21 super sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 rubber. Weighing just 1,470 kilos, this produces mega performance, but comes with an unforgiving bite if not given the due amount of respect.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a one-take format with this. I just want to take you into the driver's seat of what I am currently doing. And straight away I need to say, I don't think I have ever been more intimidated doing a car review or driving a press car. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, this car is hugely valuable. £235,000 to be precise. Ouch. Number two, it is hugely powerful. This car has 700 horsepower, 750 Newton meters, all through the rear wheels. And then finally, it's a GT2 RS. So when I did my recent 992 video from Porsche UK, I was talking to the guys and we just happened to mention the GT2 RS, and I said, oh my goodness me, you've got one on the press fleet. Would it be possible at all for me to have a go in one, for me to drive it? And they went, well, it's not really a car that we... Oh my goodness me. It's not really a car that we let out for normal press loads. So normally you get the cars for a couple of days. But before it goes off press fleet, why don't you come along and have a go? We'll work out a day, work out a couple of hours when you can have the car, and you can... Oh my God. And you can take it out. What I didn't expect is for the day I organised it to rain. Yes, that's the last thing I really wanted. So what we're going to do, I've got to literally the car for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but unfortunately it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it will be going dark pretty soon. So I'm going to stick it into... What on earth is going on? Oh dear. But what I'm noticing straight away from having driven a couple of different 911s is this is very stripped out, clearly no seats in the back. This car has the Weissach package, so it's got the full roll cage, but it's very noisy in here. The exhaust just sounds like it's literally about this far away from my ear hole. You can hear all the kind of little things flicking up from the road surface. When you put your foot on the brakes, you can hear the brakes kind of just squealing and making a kind of, because they're carbon ceramic brakes. But oh my goodness me, what am I doing? This is so cool. Now, there are a couple of buttons that I'm not going to be pushing. For example, down here, there's a button that says ESC off. ESC traction control off. No way am I going to go anywhere near those babies. Oh, man. But you look in the rear view mirror and it's got this massive wing on the back. You look through the rear view mirror there and you've got these big air intakes sucking air into the rear mounted flat sit. So in the time I've got, I am going to try and head this way to some roads I know and try and sort of do a little bit on some tight and twisties. The other thing is these seats are ridiculously supportive. I feel like I'm in a racing car. I'm very hugged into the bucket seats. This belt actually has got quite a lot of tension on it, so it's really pulling me into the seat. I've got the most magnificent driving position. The steering wheel's really close to my chest, just how I like it. It's full Alcantara. It's got this delicious feel to it. Big yellow 12 o'clock stripe. This is a supercar, people. Oh, wow. You can hear the brakes going. So we are off the motorway and we found a nice little A road. Now, a couple of things about this test drive. For me, the only real place you can put this car, put it into manual, through its paces is on a racetrack. And sadly I don't have one of those available to me today, so I am going to have to make do with the public road. And therefore abide by things like speed limits. But this car is so visceral. Here we go. It's so visceral that I don't think you really need to drive it that fast. You've got so much communication coming through the steering, through the seat bones in your bum. Oh dear me. So, I love 911s. It took me a long time before I actually got to drive a 911. And I didn't really get it. And then, as I've said a number of times in 911 reviews, when you drive one, you suddenly get it. But I am super conscious that the road today is very treacherous. Wet leaves everywhere. Damp tarmac. Big wide tyres that really want it to be nice and warm before they give lots of traction, and a car that can bite my bottom really quickly. So I am going to be really careful, and I know I'm going to get comments probably saying I'm driving like a right girl, but honestly right now I don't care. I'm just going to be careful. This is definitely a car to take back shiny side up. What a special window. Wow. I actually used to drive this way to work many moons ago, and I know this road's quite good before I came here, so I don't really know whether I'm going to be able to say any negative things about the car. This isn't so much of a review, it's more of a me experiencing a GT2 RS. So if you're expecting me to have any kind of, you know, sensible reviewing stuff going on, forget it. Steering is so sharp and so direct. I'm being very gentle on the throttle. So this is effectively a 911 turbo with rear wheel drive and loads of aero. And it's got quite a reputation, but this road surface is so slippy. Not really the kind of road surface that you want to drive a car like this for the first time. But a great road though. Oh, here we go. Really good brakes. Once you start pushing on a bit, they start to come to life. They sound awful at slow speeds, but gearbox is so quick and responsive. I am the huge PDK fan anyway, but this just seems to be faster and smoother than any PDK I've ever driven. And the noise this thing makes, I'm sure it's not going to come across on camera, but it's not just the noise of the engine and the exhaust, it's got a kind of racing car noise almost, because it's so stripped out, lightweight. Oh, listen to it sing! Oh, man alive. If Groundhog Days could be chosen, I'd be very, very tempted to choose this one. Scratching the surface of this car. You can't possibly tap into a car like this on the public road. It's just not safe or legal. But it gives you those hints, that feeling of what it could produce if you really had, if you really had the opportunity on an open bit of racetrack where you know nothing's coming the other way and you know there's no speed limits, but this road, look at it. I can't think of a better road and a more spectacular car. Now for you 911 experts out there, you'll know that this is the old style 911 shape. This is a 991.2 body shape, and we're now on 992, and they haven't done the GT2 or GT3 RS in 992 yet. But if and when they do, I know it's going to be an epic car. But right now, I really don't care if this isn't a 992. Man, this is just stunning. Fit and finish in here. The thing that's amazed me actually is this is a hardcore track day car, really. It's really comfy in here. It's well fitted out. I've got sat nav, I've got a great stereo, beautiful choice of materials. I've got a boot up front to put stuff in. Yes, I've not got seats in the back. The normal 911 has that Practicality, but so you could use this car every day. In fact, the Duke of Richmond does use one of these every day as his daily. What a lucky guy.
Pricing for the GT2 RS starts at £207,506, but the options list can prove expensive. But the most expensive option is the Weissach package. This includes the central decorative strip in vehicle colour on the carbon weave finished front lid and roof, the magnesium wheels, which make the car approximately 11.5 kilos lighter, and the titanium roll cage, which is 12 kilos lighter than the steel roll cage supplied in the optional Club Sport package. But for me, it's an absolute must. However, it comes in at a cool £21,042. Add all the options together on this car and you get to £235,557. The good news though is that the car is well sought after and residuals are high. Indeed, you might even be lucky to find the car is now worth more than list. But just look at it. This thing looks fast when it's parked up.
Oh, sadly my filming time is coming to an end because it's getting dark. But what can I say about this car? You know, they say don't meet your heroes, don't meet the cars you dream of driving. Well, I just met one today, and he was a thoroughly nice chap, and I like him very, very much. Oh man, it's not disappointed in any way, this car. I guess the only disappointment is the road conditions, and the fact I'm on the public road means I can't really exploit the full potential of the car. I can get an inkling of what it's like on full chat, but nowhere near feel that. I remember when I drove the GT3 RS on track at Silverstone a few years ago. It was the first car I ever drove where I could really feel the aero working. And I can imagine it would be exactly the same in this thing. I mean, that wing on the back is huge, and it's going to be pushing me down into the tarmac, and, you know, like I've got an elephant sat on the back of the car. And you can't feel that on the public road. It just doesn't happen. But but even at quite genteel speeds, it's just awesome. Now, I have to say a massive thank you to Porsche UK for even letting me have the car for a couple of hours. It's really very, very special. You know, very often with brands, when you get cars that are this special and this expensive, you normally end up having an accompanied drive, but they just let me have the keys and told me to go off and enjoy myself, and I have done that thoroughly. So a massive thank you to all the guys at Porsche UK for such a special opportunity. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. You know, to get to drive these kind of cars is very, very cool, but to share it with you, the guys that make it possible for me, is even cooler. But I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. I'll see you on the next film, guys. But